Okay, so I'm putting the plastic on the smaller garden. I did gently rake the dirt away from the edge so I keep the topsoil in the garden. Okay, let's plant some zucchini. So the tiller has left a hump. It usually does. I look at that as a gift. I don't have to make the hump because zucchini needs to be planted in hills. So let me show you what I'm going to do. The most important thing still, even with plastic, is to have proper spacing for your fruits and vegetables. I'm going to make a cut in the plastic. Not that big of a cut, maybe 6 to 8 inches. Then 3 or 4 inches in the opposite direction. I can always cut it more. In the beginning, I don't want to make it too big because then weeds can grow. I am just going to push this down with my hand. It doesn't matter if there's some grass in there. It really doesn't. Then with my thumb, I'm going to make 3 holes. About half the length of my thumb, I'm going to add the seeds. I'm going to put 2 seeds in each hole. Then I'm just going to cover them. Press down on them, and that's it. Now, if you want, you can close the plastic back up because this is going to heat the ground, which is going to make the seed germinate. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to get some air and it's going to be open. Now, zucchini has to be planted. I'm going to give it 3 feet. Now, I don't have to go get a ruler, measuring stick, because I got one. It's my rake. So from where the rake attaches to the end is about 3 feet. Now, with my gloves on, I press down hard. I still think it's about almost 3/4 of my thumb. And that's it. So I just wanted to talk to you for a minute that these same hills, this same plastic, will be used for 2 plantings of zucchini. In the summer, probably around, July or so, the zucchini will start wearing out, and then I pull them and I replant them in the same hills, so I get 2 crops. The second crop, I start dehydrating for my butternut squash soup. I do some on the first as well, and eat it fresh. So there you have it. So here it is. Here is our zucchini. Now, I'm getting ready to travel. I've watered it. I fed it. That's it. Put the popsicle sticks in, marked them. Okay, let's plant some peppers. Now, I'm not having a big garden this year because I had a big garden last year. I put up enough salsa, sauce, and it's so good. But I only want to put up what I'm eating. So, let's get started. Okay, so here's my row. Looks straight enough to me. Is it straight? Probably not. Do I need straight peppers to enjoy them? Absolutely not. But I know that there's enough walkway thinking about how big the zucchini you're going to get and how big the peppers are going to get. So now, peppers are planted a foot apart. Okay, so I've lowered the string probably to a foot off of the ground. Let's get started. Okay, so right near the stick, I've cut a hole, like 4 inches wide, 4 inches long. I've opened it up. I'm going to put my first pepper plant in here. From the stem of the pepper plant, I am going to measure with my measuring stick. It's an old trowel. A trowel is about 1 foot long. So I put the plant in the hole. You want it to be the same depth as your plant. Then I just put the trowel at the end of the plastic, and that is where I'm going to dig my next hole, right under the string, so we're straight. So here is our row of peppers, and they all fit well, and I did not fill them in because that way you have a chance to adjust them. What you want to make sure is that you keep an eye on the end of your row. So there's my last zucchini, and you see how distant the last pepper is, because the zucchini is huge. Now, when it comes to my rows, I keep my rows straight because I like to have flowers in between my rows. So, I know it's dark and gloomy now. Welcome to spring. But so far that's it. So I'm going to fill in the peppers, give them a drink of water, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So here's our row of red and yellow peppers. So it took me about 20 minutes tops. They're all spaced well. And you know, another good thing with plastic is you can kind of follow the lines on the plastic to keep your rows straight as well. I want to talk to you about watering. When you plant something, I don't care if there are dark clouds over your head. I don't care if your ground is wet, because my ground was wet. You always water your plants. So many times I have seen threatening storms and they never happened. This causes the plants to wilt. So you can cover them, you water them, you can even close the plastic back around them. The heat from the plastic is going to be a delight for these peppers because they like heat. Okay, let's talk problem spots. What happens if your next row is right near where your rocks are? That can be a good thing, because I'm going to plant the next row right near where the rocks are. Then as these plants grow, the rock will be holding down the plastic, but so will the tomatoes, and it's also double plastic because it's overloading them. So next, I'm going to plant 4 cherry tomatoes, and I have measured with my string, and I have dug the 4 rows. So I just want you to pay attention to the garden. So the zucchini is bigger than the tomatoes, so there's 3 in my row. Okay, so 8 pepper plants, and this row is perfect for 4 tomatoes. Usually I don't plant my tomatoes here, I plant them in the bigger garden, but I really don't have a lot to plant this year. I am planting just what I am eating, and I'm doing this if you are a small family and you are starting a garden. You don't want to start super huge. You want to be able to enjoy having the food and not have a ton that you have to process. Okay, so my plant is in. I'm going to tamper around it with my hands to make a good connection. The center of the plant should be around the center of the string, but it doesn't really matter. It's your garden. So, what do we do with all this extra dirt? We definitely want to keep it. Tuck in your sides. Put the dirt in there. Then press down around your plant. This makes a hole. This makes a hole. When I water, the water is going to stay in that hole so that the plant is receiving the water. And there it is. Okay, taking a breather. You know, just think about this. If the plastic wasn't there, we would have to rake in between each row, be walking on it to tamper it down with our feet to stop the weeds from growing to the best of our ability. But we don't have to do that part either. And so we got one more row to go of something. I don't know what I'm going to put in it yet because I don't have a lot of stuff this year. And then plant flowers. Maybe I'll plant some flowers. Stay tuned. Let's put the stakes on the tomatoes. This video has been interrupted by the master gardener. He gives us rain in due seasons. Okay, so we ended the video yesterday with a monster rainstorm, and today I was able to finish. So right here in the front, I have planted thornless boysenberries, a whole patch that I plan on taking with me when I move. Boysenberries are one of my favorite fruits, and I love to make syrups and jams with them. So here are the tomatoes with my old tomato stakes that I've used probably for 15 years. And I didn't grow my own from seed this year because I am really cutting back on my garden. So I have beefsteak, early girl, Roma tomatoes, and a couple that some kids grew and gave to me, and I have no idea what they are, so that'll be a surprise. So this is it, and no weeding. You can see the holes. I can close them up, and as soon as the plants start to grow, that'll be it. But look at all the plastic. All that plastic is all the places I will not have to weed. So I hope you give this a try, because you can garden. So now we're going into my little perennial corner here that is not under plastic. These are my strawberries, my mint, I call it my tea section because I like flower tea. And so this is different kinds of mint. Strawberries are looking amazing. And I'm getting ready to plant some chamomile. It is alive. It doesn't look alive in this picture for some reason. And some lavender, because I like to take the flowers and put it in my tea. So this small section is the only thing that I will have to weed. And basically, I weeded once. I just weeded it. And the flowers fill it all in. So that's not a hard job. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I look forward to your comments. And if there's anything you would like to see, please leave a comment below.